Can't two communities observe their fate together? Well, that's the question that the High Court in Kolkata has asked the Mamata Banerjee government. Well, it seems not in Mamata Banerjee's Bengal. The Kolkata High Court severely pulled up Mamata government on Wednesday, asking why can't both communities observe their respective festivals together on the same date, and have also asked why Mamata is creating a distinction between two communities. The Kolkata High Court will announce its judgment today.
A
big embarrassment for the Mamata government amid the raging row over the clash of timing of Durga idol immersion and Tazia procession. The Calcutta High Court on Wednesday rapped the state government, asking why it couldn't ensure that both communities observe their faiths together. In stinging remarks, the court asked, can't both the communities observe both festivals together? By presuming that there will be violence, are you not creating divide between the two communities? Because of a mere possibility, can you take such a harsh decision? The Chief Minister claims all communities live in harmony, then what's the contention? The state government argued that the reason for restriction is that Muharram is a day of mourning, it's not a celebration.
The Kolkata High Court stated that the state government's decision to announce restrictions on Durga idol immersion was not based on any empirical data, and it was mostly an apprehension based on presumptions. It also stated that such an order from the state government would only create further rift between the two communities.
The controversy erupted with the Chief Minister announcing that the idol immersion will not be allowed after 6 p.m. on 30th September and ordered complete bar on immersion on October 1st because of Muharram.
শুধু একদিনই দেওয়া যাবে না, সেটা হচ্ছে 1 অক্টোবর একাদশীর দিন। একাদশীর দিন এমনিতে আমরা বিসর্জন দিতেও চাই না অনেক সময়। একাদশীর দিনটা শুধু দেয়া বিসর্জন হবে না, কারণ ওই দিন মুহররম আছে বলে।
The announcement met with protests from the BJP inviting pleas against the move in the Calcutta High Court, citing that the order is an attempt to polarize the people.
ममता बनर्जी ने बिल्कुल सही फैसला लिया है, तो एक दिन में क्या फर्क पड़ जाता है। उन्होंने तो अच्छा फैसला लिया भाई, ये तो बिल्कुल आईन के अंदर है। और ये
Hearing the plea, the Calcutta High Court directed the Mamata government to explore if immersion of Durga idols on 30th September could go beyond midnight till 1:30. A miffed Mamata government extended the timing of Durga idols till 10 p.m. on Vijayadashami, warning the RSS and the VHP against disturbing peace. Now all eyes are on the High Court, expected to pronounce a final verdict today. Will it be a repeat of last year when a similar order was struck down by the court? With Indrajit Kundu in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, let me just try and go across to my colleague Indrajit Kundu, who's joining us for more on this story. Indrajit, this is already an embarrassment, no matter what the court verdict is, and it's likely the tone and tenor, of course, not very good as far as the state government is concerned, but it does raise the question, and the opposition is already lapping up on this, about appeasement of a certain certain community, of a certain sect of people. What is the feeling among the general public as the voters of West Bengal, and how is the state government now going to counter if the decision goes against them?
Well, that's right. The state government is clearly on a weak turf as far as this case is concerned, especially after what happened last year when the government's decision was in a sense challenged and struck down by the High Court. Now, interestingly, this time too, the state advocate general failed to provide any empirical data as to what was the apprehension leading to such a government diktat this time around, and therefore the Calcutta High Court during the hearing also observed that if the Chief Minister herself had made a statement last week stating that all communities were living in harmony in West Bengal, then what was the presumption and the apprehension? Then suddenly there would be, some sort of a law and order situation, and there would be a breakdown of law and order. In fact, the High Court also went on to add that, such a decision, such a preemptive decision would rather only create rift between the two communities. So at this point in time, there is a lot of speculation as to what is going to be the verdict, but clearly the state government is on a weak turf.
Well, trust Indrajit Kundu to get you the latest as far as this verdict is concerned as soon as the court gets in session. Thank you, Indrajit, for joining us with all those details. Well, massive support from Bangladesh to India over Rohingya crisis. Speaking to India today, Bangladesh High Commissioner to India, Saeed Muazzam Ali, said such mass exodus of Rohingya Muslims from Myanmar certainly poses a grave security threat to both Bangladesh and India. This comes just a day after Myanmar's State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi agreed to cooperate with Bangladesh to help repatriate the Rohingya refugees who could prove their citizenship. However, Bangladesh envoy said the Myanmar government has woken up very late in the day of a crisis. Remember, the Modi government had recently filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court on the Rohingyas telling that illegal influx a threat to the national security, and also cited the inputs indicating Pak-based terror groups eyeing these refugees as well. The Bangladesh envoy concurred with the opinion, saying those people with vested interest to destabilize the region will find them a convenient tool.
किसी पड़ोस के देश में उनका आंतरिक विषय है म्यांमार का। वो अपनी समस्या को दूसरे देशों में धकेलना चाहते हैं। अब कोई भी देश अपनी विदेश नीति के आधार पर, अपनी सुरक्षा नीति के आधार पर, अपनी देश के जनसंख्या संतुलन के आधार पर तय करेगा कि मुझे क्या करना है। और ये वो राजनीतिक दल हैं जो पूरे देश में दुहाई देने लग पड़े कि उस देश की जो समस्या है उसको हम अपने ऊपर ले लें। जब जब इस देश की सुरक्षा के विषयों को लेकर या इस प्रकार के राजनीतिक विषयों को लेकर जब देश के सामने चुनौती आती है तो देश हित को अलग रख देना और केवल राजनीति की सोच।
Many thanks for joining us, sir. That's the High Commissioner Muazzam Ali. Many thanks for joining us, sir. The fact that she has broken her silence, what do you make of it? And is it enough or is it too late?
It is too little, too late, and she has not yet recognized the core issue of the Rohingya crisis. The core issue of the Rohingya crisis is the inability of the Myanmar government to recognize the Rohingyas as a citizen of their own country. And these people have been persecuted for long years, and the UN Secretary General has termed the recent mass exodus as catastrophic. 400,000 Rohingya refugees have taken shelter in Bangladesh. This is in addition to the 400,000 who have been living there for decades. We have been offering to Myanmar authorities for a long time that my government is steadfastly opposed to any act of terrorism, and we condemned it in unequivocal terms. As you know, my Prime Minister has so far shown zero tolerance on the question of terrorism. So we even offered joint patrol on the border. We also offered joint inspection, and we also offered them, as provided for in the Kofi Annan Commission report, that once it is implemented, we will be taking part for joint inspection for verification.
High Commissioner, sir, you're saying too little, too late. There wasn't one mention of the term Rohingya itself in her entire speech. She spoke about the Rakhine state, the crisis there. Is that a realization as to how Myanmar and the Myanmarese government is really viewing the issue, the crisis?
Well, to talk about Rakhine is one thing, to talk about the Rohingya is another issue. The Rohingyas have been living in Rakhine for the last centuries. And the Rohingyas are not all Muslims, as it is pointed out. We have hundreds of thousands of Rohingya Hindus who have taken shelter in Bangladesh.
Over 4.2 lakh Rohingya Muslims have taken shelter in Bangladesh. The Hasina government has made makeshift accommodation for the refugees. India Today spoke to a few refugees who are struggling to save themselves and their families from the crisis in Myanmar.
Are they the new face of tragedy? Or a veiled face of terror? Their journey is a humanitarian disaster of historic proportion. Myanmar Army's clearance operation has left more than 4 lakh Rohingya refugees to take shelter along the Bangladesh border. India Today's Manogya Loiwal reached Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, where several Rohingya refugees have been accommodated in makeshift camps built on a sprawling 2,000 acres of land, approved by the Sheikh Hasina government. However, only 15 relief camps are operational and not all are government recognized.
I am in Cox's Bazar area of Bangladesh, and India Today is the first news channel to show you the pictures on what is the ground reality of Bangladesh. Here you see number of people. This is just one of those camps in the Okhia area where hundreds and thousands of people have gathered here. These are all temporary arrangements that have been made in the entire vicinity. These are all made out of bamboo shoots and of course from trees, as well as based with the tarpaulins that they've borrowed as relief materials, that they've received as relief materials from various agencies that are working here. It's not just about Bangladesh government, because Bangladesh government has said that they will provide all possible shelter on humanitarian ground to all the people here. There are hundreds and lakhs of people over here.
Hundreds of Rohingya Muslims, including children, jostled to get hold of aid packages thrown from trucks.
These are all people that you see carrying all the material, is the relief material that they are carrying, that they've received from various places. Some of them do not even have enough clothes for survival, most of them rushing with whatever they can manage. There have been places where there have been trucks like these. You see there are people standing in queue here. Now they will stand in queue for a few hours and after that they will receive, because the trucks are unloaded. They are then taken again back and some kind of refill is provided to them at regular intervals. But this is not just a day story, this is an everyday story here.
Their villages were set ablaze. Women were raped, children left to die. India Today spoke to few refugees whose life is trapped in limbo between Myanmar and Bangladesh.
হাড়ে আর মরে আলম দেখি না পারে এ দূরে জগরা দে জিয়ল লতায়ত বাদ গরত মানুষ ফাইলে দূরে জরা দিবেলের মানুষ ফাইলে আনতলে দুধ ফুরা দিবেলের এন্ডা কো জারারে আনা বেশি কষ্ট করে আসি দেড়ে আনা যে গর জালি ফেলাই অন জালে দি হাড়ি ফিলার মানুষ লত ফাইলে মতে হাড়ি ফিলে ফুরি ফিলে তাই এন্ডা বেশি মানুষের লুসাং করে যে তাই আর থাকি না হারি বেশি লুসানা এর উদ্দুরাত জি ফারিন লেদায় সি উদ্দুরাত বেশি Gura hoji gura kara function.
Arare asade military Burma military guli marer baad asade gura gura phone noti bedia noti ara ma baboti begun hari vele hagor gora yar loncha marer baad asade tara asade duro pai duro mag hari vele ara nijo sukuru asade beshi manu jagara de vele beshi manu hari vele.
Are they the new face of human tragedy or are a veiled face of terror? Stay tuned to India Today as I, Manogya Loiwal, bring you the ground report and unmask the real face of Rohingya Muslims, straight from Bangladesh.
On the last lap of his United States tour, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi addressed a gathering of NRIs at Times Square in New York. Addressing around 5,000 people, Rahul Gandhi said India's reputation in the world is being tarnished. Glorifying his party's ideologies, Rahul Gandhi also said Congress believes in diversity, but today peace and harmony are being challenged in India. He also added India is witnessing divisive politics. The Congress Vice President spoke about various issues, mainly emphasizing on increasing unemployment, poor healthcare, agriculture, education in India. The event marks grand finale of Rahul Gandhi's 2-week-long United States tour. Congress party planned this trip as a part of image-building exercise before the Gujarat elections and 2019 general elections.
We have many religions in our country. We have many different languages in our country. Every single one of them lives happily together. And the reason they have been able to do so are the ideas of the Congress Party. India simply cannot give its youngsters a vision if it is unable to give them a job. The Congress Party has a vision to solve this problem. We discuss everything in India. There's a divisive politics going on in India. There are a couple of challenges that India is facing. The single biggest challenge, and I'll give it to you in numbers, 30,000 youngsters come into the job market every single day. 450 of them are getting a job. Our IITs are tremendous institutions, but they are not networks. If we connect our IITs to our industry, if we connect our IITs to businesses across the world, they will start to compete with the best institutions in the world. For thousands of years, India has had a reputation of peace and harmony. This is being challenged. There are forces in our country that are dividing the country. And it is very dangerous for the country